All right. Hello, everyone. This is the Octant community meeting on October 21st, 2020. And today we are going to go through a couple of updates, mainly around what the Octant team is currently focusing on and some of the new navigation changes that we've just merged into master. So let me share my screen and see if we can hit the agenda. There it is. Whoa, that looks weird. Better? All right, can everyone see this okay? And do a bump or two. Although, whoa, that is a little bit of a lag on Chrome, but hopefully it'll fix itself in a second here. Awesome, cool. So the first thing we're going to talk about is updates to the Electron work that we're doing for Octant. So as y'all know, we are currently trying to push Octant as using Electron as its runtime, and this is currently in progress. We've talked about this way back in like March and even earlier. This is something we wanted to do, but at the time there were a bunch of issues that were blocking. And this is actually something I kind of want to call out. If you go back to this March 25th date, we said we needed something like a new navigation, breadcrumbs. We needed a Octant to have like a loading start without a cube config. And so it's just kind of cool to see that we've called our shots way back in March, and now we've actually hit the entire list of those requirements. And now we're actually doing the Electron piece of it. And there's already some code that Brian wrote that does give us a sample Electron app. But to give an update on what I've been working on the past week, I'm considering using Electron Builder in favor of Electron. So Electron is essentially this wrapper that allows us to abstract away talking with Electron directly through IPC. And what I found is that we're going to be tied to the features in Electron. And in this case, if you look at their features and roadmap, they're missing stuff like notifications and auto update, which isn't even listed on here. So if we really wanted to keep using this, we're either going to be suggesting that we're going to fork this or contribute to this, or the other way is just a sidestep to see something like Electron Builder, which already has all of this implemented, but it just means we will have to bundle our Electron application in a slightly different way. So I'm looking to get a proof of concept with Electron Builder up, hopefully sometime within this week. But that's kind of the update with Electron so far. Next up is the community survey. So if you look in the Octant channel, we've dropped the link to this community survey, and you can also see this on octant.dev. And really, we're trying to push for some design changes within Octant. And one of the things that we're trying to do is to make sure that we're not making any assumptions about what we're doing, and really just making sure we're building the correct thing. And so this survey will give us the data and information that we need to make sure that we're prioritizing the right things and making sure that we're building what the community actually wants. Did I miss anything about the community that anyone wants to add?
Is Isha on this call?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I think Sam gave a great summary. We're just trying to learn overall how you're using Octant, and there's an opportunity for you to give some feedback as well. I think we can just even link it in the chat. I'll link it in the chat here in case you don't have access to HackMD. Yeah, that's all.
Yep, cool. And once again, this is on the website. This is in the Slack channel. This is probably on Twitter, so it's everywhere. Cool. Next up is navigation, preferences update, and demo. We all love demos. Milan, would you like to take this one?
I hope so. I'm sorry, I just had some issues with my machine and I just rebooted. My laptop never ever crashed, and it happened 5 minutes ago. So hopefully it's gonna work. Let me try to share the screen.
Oh, I can stop sharing. And if you want, I can also share. I have a master build of Octant right now that I could share, and you can just tell me to click stuff as well if you want it.
Seems to be all right. So let's give it a try.
Go for it.
All right, so hope you can see my screen. So yeah, this, as Sam said, this is now merged in. It's part of the daily build. So for everybody out there that's testing the daily builds, they should be in. We are still collecting the feedback, so please, if there are any issues, let us know. But basically, the navigation has been redesigned, and we talked about that the last few meetings. We have two vertical bars, and also there's quite a bit of customization that we added. So you can compress, collapse it, expand it, and stuff like that. One thing that I forgot to mention previously is for each one of the modules, now we have this little box that displays a little description. So that should be used also by plugin owners if they want to display some more information there, for example, description of a plugin or something like that. Currently, that's only a text field, but in the future, that will probably be content. So maybe some links or even actions should be able to be performed from there. And also something that's still not available that I wanted to show today is we had preferences. Preferences were available before, and Brian did that a while ago, actually, and they were available only inside the Electron build. And now we are adding that to the web app as well. They're still not, this is my local build, so this is not merged in yet, but I'll do pull requests soon. I don't think I'll show this here. It's still work in progress. But basically, this will allow much better customization of Octant. So you can do things like, for things that we used to be able to do only through shortcuts, or things that were using the valuable real estate space, they're moved away here now. So you can, go and quickly check the, change the theme, do things like that. So this is just the first step for preferences, and I can see there's going to be a lot of items that we can put here in the future. Not sure yet how we're going to expose that for the plugin owners. So it's something we should probably figure out in the future, but that's it for now. Please, if you try daily build, let us know what you think. The reason we did this at this point of time is so we have enough time for the next release to gather the feedback. So yeah, that's everything. Any comments, questions?
Will the preferences be persisted with on the local machine with next runs of Octant, or will it be just for the current running of the web application?
So preferences will be preserved on our backend side. That means everybody. I mean, if you have two instances, for example, of Octant running at the same time, they'll share those preferences. That's the idea. Some of those are strictly client side preferences, like theme and stuff like that. That we could store that on the client, but I still think we should store preferences completely on the backend side.
Yeah, and adding a little more color to that, I think I don't have the issue right at my hand, but there is talk of having an Octant config somewhere, and this could just live similar in like .config Octant, and we can just read from that to populate preferences by default. So there will be some idea of persistence, and this kind of follows well into the Electron model as well, but we'll definitely make it work for the binary at least starting out.
Yeah, and there'll be some idea of like local storage, essentially leveraging the Electron storage component to store these preferences. So I think what Milan's saying is correct, that some will be stored as a local storage like on the client, and then some will be the similar like filters where we store them in the server, but then the next time you restart it goes away. It really just depends on like the nature of that thing, whether it's ephemeral or not. So color, theme, navigation, we'll keep those around and persist those as long as there's as long as you're not on a new machine where we don't know what they are. But other things will push to the server, and they'll be at runtime with a potentially like a config file, or even I'm trying to think of an example, but I don't really have a good one. I think it's safe to say most of these preferences will end up in like a local storage where they're toggle and they're persisted between all instances that you're running.
Okay. Yeah, great. No, the ones that I was thinking of are, the ones here, basically the theme and navigation, which would be nice to have that persisted amongst every day when I log into Octant, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna happen for sure. So how about the plugin orders? Should they be able to store things in prefs, or should we provide interfaces for that?
Yeah, we have an open issue to allow plugins to persist, some type of metadata, for startup procedures and stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll eventually support that.
Cool. Yeah, that's good to know. Awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Milan. That is an awesome update on the navigation and great work. I'm digging the new look, and it'll be super nice once we get that error tab on the bottom too. And so we can pretty much have users not have to go to the terminal every time something weird happens in Octant, and it'll definitely help reporting issues as well. Cool. Let me share the last item, and here we are. We're going to talk about plugin updates. We'll be in a 16.2 in the next week or two. And so this one is really in reference to a lot of the plugin requests that have came up after the release of 16.1. A lot of these were driven by the Knative plugin, and some of these are also from other projects as well. And since we were saying that .17 was going to be our target Electron release, we figured that it would take way too long to push some of those plugin fixes and make people wait till a .17 to get those changes. So we're going to do a 16.2 just to unblock some of the smaller issues that we've seen come up with plugins. And yeah, and this should come out in 16.2. A lot of these are just minor fixes, so it shouldn't really, so this shouldn't really be too far out. But if there's something that you'd like to see prioritized, definitely ping someone on the Octant channel so we can make sure that it gets included.
Yeah, and we'll be doing there'll be no breaking changes, obviously, but I just want to state that clearly. There may be some API additions that will come out in 16.2. We'll be sure to document those and publish it all. All this stuff will be landing in master, and then we'll cherry pick it back into the minor branch.
Yep, that definitely sounds right. Cool. All right, so anyone have any questions about plugin updates or things they'd like to see to go into 16.2? Going once, twice. All right, and we're going to open Q&A. So does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask while we're all here? Cool. It doesn't look like we have any Q&A today. So And as always, if there are any questions, just feel free to ask in Slack and one of us will pick it up. So no pressure to ask in a community format. And that's pretty much it. So thank you everyone for coming to the community meeting, and we'll see y'all next time.
Please do the survey.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
fill the survey.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.